Hello again guys and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is going to be the topic of matchup knowledge, how to acquire matchup knowledge, how you should perceive the subject of matchup knowledge, and just some general advices, okay? In one of the next videos I'm going to probably show you in more details with specific examples how to do that, but today we're gonna just talk about this subject more broadly, okay? But before that, I would like to thank you all for your inputs in my previous videos. Based on your recommendations, I have included, as you can see, the inputs in today's video, so I hope this can help you make your game at least a little bit better, okay? So, matchup knowledge in fighting games and matchup knowledge in SoulCalibur 6. Okay, so let me start off by saying that no matter what game you're talking about and no matter which player is the subject of the discussion, there is not a fighting game in this world that has the top level players with an equal amount of matchup knowledge for every matchup in the game, with a fighting game with 20 plus or 30 plus characters, okay? There are always matchups that even top level pro players know better than others, and there are always matchups in which top players are better prepared in the certain tournament or a set of play or like a money match or something. There are always matchups that players know better than others, and that's normal, and that's what you should expect to happen when you try to approach this very tricky and complex concept, okay? A quick couple of examples that I can give here is for example, let's say Tekken 7, there is a Korean player named Rank Chu who plays Kuma and who in one point just destroyed people with this character. We're talking about players like Saint, for example. He just destroyed everyone in one of the Korean Masters tournament this year. I can't remember exactly, but I think he even won one tournament. I don't remember exactly the name of the tournament, but if someone remembers it, he can maybe put it in a comment down there in the comment section of the video. And the other case is, of course, the case in Street Fighter V, this year's EVO Finals, with Problem X and Tokido, in which Problem X played Bison, and at least in my opinion, Tokido didn't look super confident in that matchup based on his reactions and decisions during the grand final. So yeah, a player that has the best matchup experience and knowledge all the time in all cases just isn't a thing that exists in this world. And you should manage your expectations for matchup knowledge in your game in SoulCalibur too. So just very quickly, what is a matchup knowledge, okay? So matchup knowledge basically means for you to know how to punish all unsafe strings or attacks of a certain character in the game, and in the case of SoulCalibur 6, how to sidestep certain strings or to guard impact them or to duck beneath them, and so on and so on. The other way to look at it is that you will acquire a good defensive capabilities in terms of during the setups. If you don't know the matchup, you're gonna probably just guess and block low or block high or like do whatever. But if you have the matchup knowledge, you're going to always react accordingly. If certain players abuse certain abusable things for certain characters, okay? So of course, naturally, some setups and some characters' abusable capabilities are harder than others. For example, the Ivy's like long range wall throw is not something that you can easily train and react to. What I mean is to train in a way that will help you out in a real situation, okay? In that sense, whenever you're trying to learn a setup that the opponent does or the character does in general, when you find the solution, don't just do it once, okay? Don't just, like, for example, sidestep the string once and decide that you have found the solution, okay? Do it at least something like 20 times from the one player or the two player side, okay? Here, for example, is the first case in which I was able to somehow react to Ivy's throw. I sensed that it was coming and I tried to jump. He probably wouldn't have hit me from that distance anyway, but I kind of knew that this was coming, okay? So yeah, just don't react against the setups once, just do it multiple times, otherwise you won't be able to really react to them in a real match or in a real environment. The other super important point that I would like to make is that even if you win a game or a set or a tournament match against a certain character, the fact that you won doesn't necessarily mean that you understand the matchup very well, okay? This is dangerous, and this is one instance in which you winning may actually harm you in the long run. So just because you won, that doesn't mean you know how to react to everything that this particular character does. It probably just means that you have established the offense very well, and you weren't put in a situation in which you really have to defend yourself against the tricky setups or anything like that, okay? So even if you have won certain matchup against certain characters that it's unknown for you, always when you have the opportunity, go and recreate the situations in training mode and see how you can react better. For example, I have won most of my matches against Grow at this point in SoulCalibur 5, but I still have no freaking idea what this character does most of the time. I know certain situations better as the time goes on, but I don't have a confidence in the match whatsoever. For example, when he starts teleporting in soul charge mode, I sometimes do down horizontal because it catches him out of the teleports, but that's something that I just do instinctively. I don't know how to react better to this, and that is because I haven't trained, okay? I'm going to show you in details how to do that specifically in training mode in another video, but here I just wanted to give you some general advices on this subject, okay? So without that being said, where should you start, okay? With which characters you should start training matchups, okay? In the case of SoulCalibur 6, at this point of the game's life and the tendencies that are going on right now, you should start off by training against Nightmare, Ivy, and Siegfried. These three characters are probably the most abusable right now, and the chances are that you're going to see them a lot in ranked play or in live tournament settings, okay? Those three characters are strong. They can probably win the match for a certain player that is not very good with just using some basic stuff, but they have a lot of things that you can react to and just train yourself to react better and defeat them, okay? That can happen for you if you train the matchup before you go to a tournament or you play a session. The things with the online sessions is that, of course, you may train against certain characters, but you may have to fight another characters in the actual matchups that are, of course, unknown for you. You don't know which player or which character you're gonna encounter, but chances are that you're going to see those three first in most cases, okay? Also, I would say that the second set of characters that you have to that you have to train against are, I would say, Grow, Geralt, and who is the third one? Cervantes, yeah, Cervantes. Those are the second three, but of course that also depends on your environment and the good players that you have in your community or in your friend list. So yeah, but don't go training against a lot of characters and a lot of matchups at once, because you're what was it? You're spreading the cheese too thin on the bagel. I don't know if I have used this expression correctly, but yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say, I guess. So now let me give you a theoretical, practical example of what a situation with acquiring matchup knowledge can do and how it can help you. Let's say that you have a guy in your friend list that is, let's say, somewhere around your level, or a guy IRL in your community, fighting game community, who plays SoulCalibur right now and is once again somewhere at your level, and both of you have agreed to play tonight a session, and you have something like 1 hour to train before that, okay? So in the span of 1 hour, you shouldn't spend more than 10 to 15 minutes at most on training raw combos for your character to just warm up. The other 40 minutes you should spend on recreating situation of your opponent's character in training mode, and see what you can do and what you can react to, and just learn the gaps in the strings and the duckable highs and the jumpable lows. That expression sounds very stupid, by the way. Okay, so yeah, you should train that way, and I guarantee you that when you have the session, it's gonna have a positive effect on your play. That doesn't necessarily mean that the other guy is not gonna do the same, or that you're gonna win, but you're gonna have like the session is gonna have a better meaning and better like effect on your long-term development as a player when you approach the matters in that way, okay? I hope this example can help you in the process of acquiring matchup knowledge, and I thank you guys a lot for watching this video and hearing out my long talking points. Next week I'm going to be uploading much more SoulCalibur 6, so stay tuned for that. Thanks one more time, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!